we giving the examples of elephants, wolves, apes, uh, do they also show the sense of like relationships, I would say, like especially like parent children relationship? When they become like new parent, do they know like these are their children, they have to give them protection, give them their love, their empathy, and even like take care of them? Do these
Yeah, that's,
show
yes.
them?
Yeah, that's one of the most basic things is that
Amazing.
most animals, well, many animals have what's called parental care. Some do not, many do not, and many do. The ones where the parents take care of the young, they know who the young ones are. They know that those are their young ones. They're very protective. Many of them have to, bring food to them and really raise them. So,
Mm.
yeah,
But yeah,
for those that have parental care, that's what it means. It means they know who their offspring are and they protect and take care of them.
and how they learn about this parental care? Like in humans, like we usually taught from our elders, from our teachers, how they know about this parental care, like they have to take care of their babies, or is this just the instinct they have?
It's partly instinct and partly learning. Often they are better parents the second time around. Often I think that they probably bring some of what they learned as they were being raised about the relationship. Many of them watch others that have young ones and learn that way. Some of them help to raise their younger brothers and sisters, so they learn how to be parents that way. So there's a variety of different things that happen.
Amazing. There's one question just came up in my mind. It's gonna be like a dumb question, so I really apologize in advance. But I want to ask that we usually thought in school is that human is evolved to like thousands and thousands of years, and now we have become what we are today, right? Is there any studies out there that says like there's another species that is showing same trends of evolution, maybe like in thousands of years from now on, like it can become in same level of it can has the same level of intelligence we human have, or maybe they can speak same language, or can able to communicate with us? Like we have dolphins, whales who are very intelligent today, but is are we going to see any evolution in next years?
Well, if we do, we won't personally see it because it will be hundreds of thousands of years from now, probably. But who knows? One thing I read one time was speculating that dinosaurs were on track to become very, very intelligent and might have become human-like. I mean, you don't have to be human-like to be very intelligent. The thing with us is that we have our fingers and our hands. There are dolphins that are probably as intelligent as humans, but they can't do any technology because they don't have hands.
Oh, okay.
So it's a combination of things that make humans physically and mentally capable of what we are. But another thing to remember is that there were probably 20 or so other species of humans. And for some reasons that are not currently known, all of them went extinct except for our species. Well, and our immediate ancestors, right? Of course, our immediate ancestors did not go extinct. They evolved into what we are. But there were other lineages like Neanderthals that were off on another direction. And we may have, some of them lived not that long ago, a few tens of thousands of years ago. Our species may have simply killed them all when we met them. I mean, if you look at what we tend to do to other cultures that we meet, indigenous people and tribal people, there's a lot of slaughter that is, very well documented that happened in the last 500 or 1,000 years, 2,000 years. to remember there were maybe 20 other species in our genus, and none of them survived into the present with us, except maybe we all have Neanderthal genes. Those of us from Eurasia anyway do, not from Africa, because the Neanderthals were European. So in a sense, they didn't quite go extinct, but obviously there are no Neanderthal communities. There's no more Neanderthal individuals, no more Neanderthal culture, right? So what happened to them? Maybe we killed them all. I'm not sure. It's quite possible that there were other human beings, others in our genus, that were as intelligent, maybe would have developed similar technologies and just not have been as aggressive. We are a very, very aggressive species. So if any other animals are listening to us now and are thinking of evolving into human-like forms within 1 million years or so, please don't be as aggressive as we are. Please be nice. Look at some indigenous cultures of Homo sapiens and emphasize community. Think about your children and make it a better world. That's my message to you.
Lovely message, lovely message. Because you mentioned that, like, I also remember I read that, like, we used to have many different types of humans, and there was like theory in that video. It says like the Earth has a natural filter that there can only be one species who can be dominant in planet. Like, it was like that theory, like that was the reason they said, like, why the other humans become extinct. I don't know if that's gonna be true or not, but I just remember that video.
Well, I don't know if that's really a scientific kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are many other kinds of animals that have many species. There are many species of dolphins, for instance, and many of them overlap with other dolphins. So I don't think that's necessarily true. I think hypothetically there could be other kinds of humans on the planet. It's just that our species is not likely to let them exist. But I mean, elephants, for instance, there are several species of elephants. There doesn't have to be one that is dominant around the whole planet. It doesn't really work that way in real life, in real biology.
Got it. And I have a question, and it's just a simple question, like who we are in the eyes of animals. Like, you have a dog and I also have 2 cats. First, who we are in the eyes of domestic animals, then who we are as a human being in the eyes of wild animals.
Well, we actually have 3 dogs. We'll take the easy part of that first. I think for our domestic animals that we love and who live with us, they think of us as family. They look to us, they look for us, and they think of us as family. Other domestic animals probably think of us as oppressors and abusers, because that's the treatment that they get whenever they see us coming. Wild animals probably only think of us as potentially dangerous or neutral. Probably there's not a lot we do for wild animals particularly, unless, the birds in our backyard, when we come out in the morning, they know that we're going to fill the bird feeders, so they probably see us as a positive thing. So that's how I think about it.
Do wild animals know, like, does they think about us like as another type of animal who they should be fear, or who should they be like show some kind of other emotions? Do they know like we are bringing danger to them?
Yeah, they certainly do, and they know the difference. There are some animals like deer that live in national parks, even wolves that live in national parks. They're not very afraid of people because people there are not dangerous to them. Outside of parks, they're very fearful. They know that people are dangerous. There was an experiment done with elephants in Africa where researchers played them humans talking in 3 different languages. The language that was used by tourists who never bother the elephants ignored. The language that was being spoken by Maasai people, they ran away from when that recording came out of the speakers, and there's a recording. It didn't have any scent. It didn't have anything visual. It was a speaker hidden in the bushes, but the elephants knew the difference between the different people based on their language.